I think the thing that's interesting about numismatics is that we deal with things that have stories that tell us about our world, our culture, what human beings are like. And, I think over the last 30 years, we've become really obsessed with grades and plastic and with, with a lot of technical stuff in the coin business. And I think there are a lot of people who've lost sight of the fact that people usually buy coins because they love history.
Right.
And one of the things that I always try to keep in mind when I'm buying a coin or when I'm just planning how to do business is that the most satisfying part of this business for a lot of people is buying something that has a really fascinating story that they can show to people and relate to people.
So, David, one of the great stories about American numismatics is sort of set in a period of westward expansion.
Mm-hmm.
And Kagin's has always specialized in private and territorial issues.
Yeah.
So, what are these two Moffat pieces that you have?
John Little Moffat was a very, very interesting person, and of course Moffat and Company was one of the very most successful of the California coiners. He started out as an assayer and actually had worked on the East Coast and actually worked in the Carolinas during the gold rush that the Bechtlers were operating during. And he came out to California in mid-1849, and at the time, there were very, very few companies making coins, and being that he was an assayer, what he actually started out doing was melting down people's dust and nuggets and turning them into ingots.
Right.
And so the most famous of these ingots are the $16 Moffat ingots, which I believe are probably the second type that he made.
Why $16? I mean, it's a strange denomination.
It's an odd denomination, but they're 1 ounce pieces, and at the time, the bullion banks on the East Coast were paying $16 an ounce for California placer gold.
So how many of these Moffat 1 ounce gold ingots do you think survive?
Well, for the 1 ouncers, somewhere in the range of 15 to 20 probably. I mean, now that we have grading, they show up on population reports, but as you know, things get cracked out and graded, and my recollection is looking at the list, it's between 15 and 20.